Hello all, welcome to UPSC Simplified series. In this series, we are going to discuss two questions today from economic development part, which comes under GS3 paper. Okay, we'll move to the question. This is most important question in my opinion, due to there is a lot of discussion around this MSP topic, right? So, question is, what do you mean by minimum support price? How will MSP rescue the farmers from low income trap? First, we have to decode the question. In this question, there are two parts. First part is, what do you mean by MSP, right? And second one is, how it will ensure farmers from low income trap, right? When we go towards a structure of this question, here you have to understand first thing. We are going to discuss about MSP, right? And low income trap of farmer. Yes, low income trap. Why low income trap? Farmers are unable to produce as much as income, or they are not unable to produce the sustainable income, and because of that there is persistent poverty, right? Persistent poverty can be observed in farming sector. So it is a major issue in front of India. When we consider overall poverty figures, major chunk goes to these farmers, right? And they are not able to produce a maximum amount of money from farming, right? So when we decode the problem here, we are able to understand first thing is, there is no income security in India for the farmers, and because of this income security, they are going to trap into low income group, right? This income security is not available with the farmers. Why? Right? We have to understand that why aspect as well, because farming community is exposed to the marketing fluctuations in India, right? Right now we can discuss about tomato prices. Yes, today these tomatoes are around 200 kgs, right? 200 rupees per kg. But when we go back to 6 months or 8 months, we can observe that there is a price of 2 rupees, 3 rupees per kg. So this fluctuation burdens the farmer in long run, right? And here this problem exists in India, and question is how MSP will address this problem, right? So for our question, the locus is MSP, while we are going to focus on how aspect of the MSP question, right? How MSP will improve farmers income, right? When we go towards structure of this particular question, here in introduction we can write about the present context of MSP. MSP is in discussion from last 2-3 years, right? There are farmer struggles that are observed in India, right? Farmer agitation, we can call them as a farmer agitation around farm bills as well as MSP. Presently MSP is not covered under any law, so farmers are demanding that you take it under the legal provisions, right? Apply the legal provisions for the MSP, make a law that will ensure the legality of the MSP, right? But government is not ready to do that. Okay, so whole struggle focuses around this particular point. Okay, then when we go towards body, how ensuring MSP will address the issue of income track, low income track in farmers, right? So this will be the a standard for question structure for our standard answer structure for our question here, right? So let's start the answer then. First, we have to address the locus and focus part. Locus is about MSP, minimum support price, right? You guys all know MSP, minimum support price. Okay, and focus of the question will be low income track. Why farmers are not able to come outside this low income trap? Because there is no security for the farm produce. There are market fluctuations, right? There is no such demand and supply. No demand and supply equilibrium can be found in agricultural sector, right? So these are the major issues we are going to address in this question. So when we go towards introduction will focus on MSP. What do you mean by MSP? They asked that in question, right? So plainly define MSP. You can write present context as well, right? Mention about farmer protest, mention about farm bills, as well as try to write down the definition of MSP. Minimum support price is a price at which government guarantees to purchase agricultural commodities from farmers, ensuring them a minimal level of income for their produce, right? MSP, what government does in MSP? Government will define a particular price for a particular crop under this MSP regime, right? And when government is going to purchase that particular commodity from the market, they will stick to this particular price that they mentioned under MSP, right? And because of that, there will be a income security, minimum level of income for the produce. There will be a income security. There will be a safety net for the farmers, right? When government decides a particular MSP, they are going to include the input cost for that particular agricultural commodity. They are going to include a profit margin for the farmer as well. And this profit margin will ensure a sustained income to the farmer, right? This profit margin is actually our answer for this particular question. And because of this profit margin, farmers will come out of the poverty trap. Farmers will come out of the low income trap, right? So try to bring all these elements into introduction only. When you hit the bullseye in introduction, right, then whoever checking your paper will understand that you know the actual answer of this question, right? And they will see your answer positively, in positive manner. Okay, when we move towards body, in body, we will try to focus on how MSP will address the income trap issue, right? The first point is price stability. MSP will provide a price stability to the farmers, right? The issue of market fluctuations will get addressed in this particular price stability issue. MSP provides farmers with a price stability and reduces their vulnerability to the market fluctuations. It will also ensure a minimum income to that particular farmer, right? Second point will focuses on income security to the farmer. By guaranteeing a minimum price, MSP ensures income security to the farmer. This helps prevent distress selling of crop, reduces dependence on informal credit sources, right? So we are trying here to introduce two more points. Distress selling. Distress selling is a major issue in India, right? Same way, there is a major issue of informal credit as well. If farmer is getting, let's say, income security here, he will not be going towards this informal credit sources for his basic needs, because there will be a profit margin in that particular MSP, right? And farmer will, in this case, depends on the informal credit sources. In MSP case, he will depend on the MSP as well, right? Then when we go towards next point is about increased investment. MSP provides farmer with incentive to investment in agriculture. Let's say if you are going to invest in some business, you must have a guarantee that your investment will not go on in the vain, right? If you are investing, let's say, 100 rupees in a particular venture, then there should be a return of at least 110 rupees, right? Otherwise, if you are investing 100 and you are getting 90, there will be a loss of 10% in your investment. So it is not a particularly feasible strategy, right? So MSP here will provide farmer with incentives to invest in agriculture because they will have the assurance of a minimum price. That minimum price will cover their expenses for input cost. That minimum price will ensure a profit margin for them, right? So in such type of atmosphere, he will be ready for the added investment in agricultural sector. So in long run, this investment also boosts his returns, his or her returns, right? In long run, they are more likely to invest in improved farming practices, modern inputs and technology, leading to increased productivity and better crop quality, right? So in this particular question, we are focusing on three major aspects and the last one, the reduction of rural poverty, right? If you are unable to recall, let's say, a particular point, just place this point in any answer, right? Every strategy of a government focuses on this reduction of rural poverty, okay? MSP helps in reducing rural poverty by increasing farmers' income. When farmer receives a fair price for their produce, they can improve their living standard, invest in education, healthcare, other essential needs, thus breaking the cycle of poverty. After breaking the cycle of poverty, farmers will automatically come out of low income trap as well. Okay. Next aspect is of food security. MSP plays a crucial role in ensuring food security of the nation as well. Okay. In this particular question, if you are not able to write the food security point, no issues. You already addressed the demand of the question, right? Then when we come towards conclusion should be of futuristic, right? While MSP has its benefit, it is important to note that it is not a comprehensive solution to all the agricultural challenges. MSP will try to, let's say, solve the question of income trap. But you cannot depends solely on MSP to address all the issues of agriculture. And it is an important aspect of the problems of the agriculture, right? It is one solution to the whole problem. There are other solutions as well. Okay, so try to focus on that in conclusion. It needs to be complemented with other measures such as agricultural reforms, infrastructure development, access to credit, market linkages to create a more sustainable and profitable farming system. Right? You are trying to be futuristic here. Though MSP will help farmer in long run, as well as we have to focus on other problems of the agricultural. These problems are also responsible to low income trap of the farmer, right? So we are focusing on a single aspect here only in this particular question, but there are other questions as well, right? Try to write down these questions in the conclusion as well. Okay, then we move towards next question. Next question is about supermarket supply chain management as well as elimination of number of intermediaries. Examine the role of supermarkets in supply chain management of fruits, vegetables, food items, how they will eliminate number of intermediaries. We have to understand role of intermediaries here, right? Why intermediaries are necessary in agriculture, right? First reason is agricultural produce have low shelf life. Okay. Second aspect is they are bulky in nature. There is also issue of distress sale from farmer's side, right? Because of all three factors, when we combine all these three factors, right, we can conclude that there is a need for intermediaries. These intermediaries will give money to farmers, right, in short run, right? Money to farmers in short run, because our farmers are trapped into low income trap, right? So they need money, and these intermediaries provide them with a short-term solution to their needs. Okay, and because of these issues, these intermediaries exist in India, but due to a long chain of intermediaries, this chain create another issues, right? For example, every intermediary tried to, let's say, charge some amount of money on that particular service provided by him. Okay, so let's say if there are 4 intermediaries, everyone is going to charge something on the farmer. Let's say everybody charges 1,000 rupees. Okay, so when that particular produce comes out of farm gate, it is already expensive by a 4,000 rupees, right? After that, consumer is going to buy that, but these 4,000 rupees are not going into pockets of the farmers. These 4,000 rupees are going into pockets of the intermediaries. So question focuses here, how supermarkets and supply chain will address the issue of intermediaries in particular commodities. Let's say fruits, let's say vegetables. If you decode this particular point here, fruits, vegetables and food items. These items actually have low shelf lives, right? And because of this low shelf life, there is a trend of distress selling from farmers' side. So we have to focus on this distress sell aspect here, right? And we have to focus on charges that are charged by intermediaries for their services, right? So how these supermarkets will going to address these 2 particular questions? We have to write that in the answer. Okay, here also when we decode the question, we get 2 parts. Examine the role of supermarkets is the first part of our question. How they eliminate number of intermediaries in the agricultural market is the second part of our question. Okay, when we move towards, let's say, locus and focus of the question, locus here is supply chain management and focus is role of supermarkets. Okay, from this context we have to write the let's say answer here. When we come towards introduction, here you can write the present context as well. As of 2022, supermarkets in India accounted approximately around 10 to 12% of the total food and grocery retail market with potential to further growth. So they are doing some work, right? They are covering around 10 to 12% of the total market. So this trend, we have to continue this trend because it will address the issue of intermediaries, right? Here in simple term, let's say when a produce comes out of farm gate, it goes through certain intermediaries, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4 intermediaries, and to the final consumer. Supermarket will work at this stage, right? They will directly buy from the farmer, they will directly sell to the consumer. So there will be a single intermediary, not 4. And because of that, let's say each intermediary charges around 1,000 rupees for the same services. They will also charge around 1,000 rupees. But in latter case, let's say there is an increase of 4,000 rupees, right? Here only 1,000 rupees will be increased from the side of supermarket. So overall price of that particular commodity will going to come down, as well as a price farmer is getting also going to go up, right? And this increased price will help our farmer in long run, right? So supermarket play a significant role in the supply chain management of fruit, vegetable, food items, especially in countries like India. Okay, we have discussed this aspect of the question. When we come towards body of the question, first thing is direct sourcing. Supermarket often engage in direct sourcing from the farmers and food producers. By establishing a direct relationship, they eliminate several intermediaries such as wholesalers, commission agents, retailers. This enable them to procure fresh produce directly from the source, ensuring quality control as well as, most important thing, reducing the overall cost of that particular commodity. And this is going to benefit our final consumer as well. Let's say tomato is around 200 rupees per kg. This 200 rupees price is come due to number of intermediaries. There is a large number of intermediaries. Everyone is going to charge something for their services. So when farmer is getting around 100 rupees for that same kilo of tomato, actual consumer is going to pay around 200 rupees. And this 100 rupees charge is extracted by our intermediaries, right? When supermarkets come in the play, let's say farmer is getting around 100 rupees, supermarket will charge, let's say 20-30 rupees. Okay, so final price of our tomato is around 130 or 140 rupees. So this price difference is going to benefit consumers as well. Okay, then next point is improved efficiencies. This supply chain management will overall increase the efficiency of overall the system. Supermarket invest in efficient logistics distribution system. They have well organized supply chain with centralized warehousing distribution centers strategically located to serve multiple stores, right? This allows for streamlined operation, reduced transit time, minimal wastage, ensuring quicker delivery of the products. Minimal wastage, ensuring quicker delivery of the products to the final consumer. Then next point is quality standards. Supermarket often have stringent quality standards, and due to maintenance of these quality standards, farmers are also able to get a premium amount for their produce. Okay. When we go into market, you have observed this thing. When we go into market, let's say when we buy a loose product, okay, let's say you are going to buy some tomatoes, they are in loose form, right? For that you will let's say give around 50-60 rupees, but same tomato when packaged, right, in particular boxes or let's say some plastic, right, so you give there around 100 rupees. So this premium of 20 or 30 rupees, this premium will benefit farmers as well, because supermarket will procure a quality material from the farmers, and for that quality they are going to give a premium amount to the farmer, right? So understand this whole scenario. This encourages farmers, suppliers to adhere to specific quality parameters in terms of size, appearance, packaging and freshness. By meeting these standards, intermediaries can be bypassed, as products can be directly sourced from farmers who meet the required criteria, right? Point is cost reduction. By eliminating intermediary, supermarket can reduce cost throughout the supply chain. They can negotiate better prices with farmer or producers due to volume of purchase they make, right? It is a self-explanatory actually. Price stabilization. This one is important aspect in present context as well. Supermarkets aim for consistent pricing throughout the year. They often enter into long-term contracts, and this long-term contract will safeguard our farmer from price fluctuations. Okay, with farmers or suppliers for a fixed price throughout the price agreement. This stability helps both farmers and consumers by ensuring a reliable source of income for farmer and consistent pricing for the consumers. So this will be a win-win situation for both these parties. Okay. Conclusion: by directly sourcing from the farmers, establishing efficient supply chains, supermarket can offer a fresher product, maintain quality standards, reduce costs, and provide consumers with a wider range of choices. So this will be the conclusion of our answer. I hope you are able to understand all two questions. Thank you so much.